take. We got a quick take. Von Miller announced via Instagram that he plans to sign with my Washington Commanders. Good choice. The vet is expected to commit to a one-year deal after spending 3 seasons in Buffalo. Harry, do you like the move?
I do. A team full of veterans, the Washington Commanders. You add a guy in his career, 129.5 sacks, multiple forced fumbles. But I would say rushing the passer is something they need to be better at, but not more than stopping the run. When I look at the Washington Commanders, they were 30th versus the run last season. And in the 6 losses that they had, including the playoffs, they allowed 162 rush yards per game. So Von Miller is going to be a guy being paired with Dan Quinn, who is a defensive lineman savant, and he get guys to play in a ferocious way. But at the same time, the Commanders on defense, they need to stop the run.
Yes, I can attest to that, as good as the year was. All right, perfect. Thank you, Harry, for that quick take. All right, so Kevin Clark.
Hi.
We've grown. Kevin Clark is in studio with us.
We
got Sam Acho also joining us for this conversation. But before we jump to that, 1 second, Sam. Harry, we need to look at this video of our guy, Kevin.
This is a good hip thrust.
Hey,
it's a normal hip
from
thrust.
this morning.
Wait,
Lord.
wait. I can explain that one.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you can't
It's that I needed to catch up. I didn't know what the timing was. So you literally said catch up, and so I had to speed up the hip thrust.
So I told him in the commercial break, I said, are you ready for that boy bad? And he said, yes, tell me about it. I said, I don't need to tell you about it. You might want to go watch it first.
My problem was I looked it up, and I saw a video of him and Mike Tannenbaum doing it. So I was learning from Tanny, and so now
See, that was the problem. That was the problem.
I was studying the wrong tape. You players know if you study the wrong tape, you get the wrong info.
I got you.
chose the wrong sensei for sure.
Hey, listen, next week we're getting together.
Yes.
Training camp.
Training camp.
He gets an opportunity next week to redeem himself.
Okay.
We're going to be back together next week.
We're gonna get you limber. We're gonna get you limber, and we're gonna get you on rhythm. All right, but let's get back on topic. Let's keep it moving. We're going back to ESPN.com because we got good stuff there, kicking up all the conversations. We got another NFL rankings list, and this time it was for top wide receivers in the league, according to, yes, you guessed it, those NFL executives, coaches, and scouts. So let's take a look at this list, though. Kevin, when you look at the list, what in the world? Like, what are you thinking? Who's your biggest omission?
Puka Nacua, by far. Puka Nacua, who is closer to being in the top 5 than he is being outside the top 10. I was offended on Puka Nacua's behalf. Obviously, he was a little bit dinged up last year, but so were a few guys on this list. I look at this 40% share when he was on the field. Biggest by a wide margin in the entire league. He was the Rams offense last year. And by the way, the Rams were an NFC contender. I look at him 70 yards per game just off motion, perhaps the best motion receiver in the game right now. The things he's able to do, the space he's able to find is just unbelievable. He's the most efficient runner, efficient route runner in the game when you look at it on a per route basis. I just don't understand how you have some of these guys. Tyreek Hill at 3 is way too high for me. Puka not being on the list shows you that I don't know what it is with scouts, GMs, coaches, the guys doing this ranking. Jeremy Fowler did a great job tabulating this, but they are out of their minds.
All right, you know how we do it here. Taking who off? Who are you taking off?
If I had to take somebody off, it would be Mike Evans, probably, who I think the world of, and he's walk-in touchdown into Canton. He's amazing. Obviously got 1,000 yards this year, but I would rather have Puka Nacua in my offense than Mike Evans.
All right, I'm not going to ask you to rearrange. I know you got Puka Nacua in the middle of your list. What you got, Harry?
Well, number one, I'm definitely not taking someone off the list for 11 seasons who has clipped 1,000 yards in every single season.
Oopsie.
I think Mike Evans is one of the most underrated, not just wide receivers in the league, but players. And so I want to see him.
You'd rather have Mike Evans on your roster in 2025 than Puka Nacua.
You mean I'd rather have consistency?
Yeah, I mean, you have to factor in age and everything.
You mean I'd rather have a Super Bowl winning wide receiver than Mike Evans?
Sure. I mean, yeah. I'm asking. You'd rather have Mike Evans than Puka Nacua.
Give me Mike.
Okay. I disagree with that.
All right. So now, what's wrong with this list?
Welcome to First Take, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, what's also wrong
I just
with this
straight up
list
disagree, but that's
is that
okay.
you simply have a team in the Washington Commanders who went to an NFC Championship game, and their wide receiver Terry McLaurin's not on this list.
Yeah.
This is a guy in 5 of the 6 years he's played in the National Football League. He's been over 1,000 yards. In only 14 catches to 227 yards and 3 touchdowns in the playoffs. I don't understand how he's not on this list, in my opinion, when his team just went to a NFC Championship game.
Who are you taking off?
Don't be doing my job.
I just got
Doing my job.
Mike Evans is there for him, so we can't take Mike off.
All right, if I have to take one player off, and I hate I'm about to even say it, but it's going to be a young player. I'm gonna go Malik Neighbors.
Oh.
Okay, all right, we got to get, hold that. Acho, you are now well-equipped.
Oh.
Who was snubbed and who are you taking
Acho's
off?
ready.
Come
Look
on,
at
let's
Acho.
go.
He's ready.
Yeah, I think that Ladd McConkey was snubbed off of this list. And the reason why, he's not only not on this list, he's also not on the honorable mention. There's like 3 or 4 names that are like, all right, honorable mention, almost made the list. Ladd McConkey was on a run-first team, yet he was outside of the top 25 in targets, but he was top 10 in yards, over 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns, averaged 14 yards per reception. This dude, as a rookie, was outstanding on a team, as we mentioned, that was 28th when it came to passing the ball and 11th, at least when it came to rush attempts. And so the fact that not only is Ladd McConkey not on the list, he's not even on the honorable mention. There's 3 or 4 or 5 other names. That part threw me off.
Okay, come on, Acho, follow the prompt. He's not on the list. Who you taking
So I
off?
started going compare and contrast. I started comparing some of his numbers and what he did to what Malik Neighbors did. And I started looking, okay, well, Ladd McConkey had 55 less yards than Malik Neighbors. But he also had 58 less targets.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, man, this guy is doing more with less. And so I'm bumping him up, and Malik Neighbors has to slide down.
Okay, so now, twist, because, you know, I'm the substitute teacher. I can do it my way. Ladd McConkey, Puka Nacua, Terry McLaurin, y'all got to land on one. Of that list, who should be on this top 10 list?
I'm going with Terry McLaurin.
I mean, I think we're just going to restate our guys again.
Because I would also say,
you can't say your guy.
Oh, okay, you can't say your guy.
You can't say your guy.
I'm going to go Puka Nacua.
Acho?
I would go Terry McLaurin if I can't say my guy.
Is this going to do what I think it's going to do?
Between Terry and Ladd, I'm going Terry McLaurin.
Okay, we got 2 for Terry. Terry's on. I like that.
All right.
I like that.
Tell you, the Lord might not come when you want him to, but he'll always be on time, baby. He'll always be on time.
And you know my little burgundy and gold heart, I'm in it for Terry. All right, let's keep moving, though. We're less than 50 days away from the start of the NFL season, and currently, ESPN Bet has the Buffalo Bills and the Ravens tied at plus 325 to win the AFC, while the actual AFC reigning champs, the Chiefs, follow shortly behind at 350. Sam, I'm coming to you first. Do you agree that Buffalo and Baltimore should be favored ahead of KC in the AFC?
No, I don't. I don't think there's a reason anybody should agree that Buffalo or Baltimore should be favored at Kansas City. Let me tell you why. Kansas City was just in the Super Bowl, and we could argue that they got exposed, at least from an offensive line perspective, right? Patrick Mahomes was sacked 6 times. So what did Kansas City do? They go and draft Josh Simmons in the first round, an offensive lineman. They go and retain Trey Smith, make him the highest paid guard. They move their second-round pick from last year, a tackle in Kingsley Suamataia, move him to guard. No, by the way, they go and address the position even more by getting Jalen Moore from San Francisco in free agency. And so if there was a weakness on this team, the team that just went to the Super Bowl, a team that's going to be hungry, a team that's going to want to go back and try to win again, they've addressed that weakness. And oh, by the way, forget to mention, we have this list about receivers. 2 receivers on that team that were both injured, Rashee Rice and also Hollywood Brown, are both healthy now. And so now you have healthy receivers and a better offensive line. I think Kansas City should be favored.
I understand why the sports books are doing this. Harry and I just talked about the AFC West and how stacked it is, and maybe this momentum